Welcome back to the channel for the start of another reading vlog. March is going to be a better month than February was. I am saying it right now, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that it is a better month than February. I am off to a rip-roaring start, actually. So I ended off February reading Rune Breaker by Mila Finch. I loved it. I think it's refreshing. It's unique. It has all of those familiar and comforting tropes and characters, but they're done in a very unique way. And it felt like the author really poured her heart into that story. I loved it so much. I can't wait for the second book to come out. And I have no idea when it's coming out, but I can't wait for it. Anyways, I followed that up by starting the Legends of Thesmar series. This is the second book in the series. I already put the first book away. So I read Runebreaker in 24 hours, and then I picked up Blood and Steel and proceeded to read that in another 24 hours. I don't know. I just really enjoyed both stories, and I am going to be continuing the Legends of Thesmar. This is Vows and Ruins. I read like the first 25-ish pages. Yeah, 24. On my Kindle, just to get an idea of like if I wanted to continue with the series right away or if I wanted to read something in between. And I have decided, I think I'm going to read the Things We Water by Mariana Zapata. I think I'm going to read this in between books 1 and 2 of the Legends of Thesmar. You guys, I love Mariana Zapata's contemporary romance. There's just something about the way she writes her love stories and the slow burn and the men and the women. I enjoy her writing and her storytelling so much. I think I'm going to like this. It did start off a little weird. Like, you have a woman who's, like, the first chapter, this woman has this mysterious bundle in her arms, and she's at her best friend's. They're married, but she's at her best friend's house, and they're just, like, really confused and trying to figure out, like, what she has and, like, what's different about the bundle. And then she reveals that she has this, like, magical puppy. It sounds really cute. He has, like, a little flame on his tail. Isn't there, like, a Pokemon that has that? I think there's a Pokemon like that. Anyways, you can hear my daughter taking a bath. I can see her right there. So anyways, point is, I started reading it and I was really confused. It felt like she dropped me in the middle of the book. And I was a little disoriented. None of the other books I've read by her have started like that, so I just was a little confused. But this is also, I think, like the first fantasy that she's written. I don't know. I'd have to do some research, but I didn't know that she wrote anything besides... Oh, there's a scratch on my book. I didn't know she wrote anything other than contemporary romance, to be honest. So, I don't know. The point is, I'm going to read it, and I think I'm going to like it, mostly because I like her writing, and I like her character work. And I think this does have the concept of, like, romance, so I think I'm going to enjoy that if it's anything like her other books. The only thing is, this book is massive, you guys. It's huge. Like, this thing is 700 pages long. Yeah, wait. Oh my god. Like, I knew it was, but damn. We're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. We're just gonna dive back into it and see where she takes us. My hope is that I love it. I really, really, really want to love it. Mostly because I love all of her other books that I've read. So yeah, I am off to a really good start as far as the books that I've chosen for this month. I probably will be finishing the Legends of Thesmar in March, just because I feel like they read really quickly because they're so much fun. I don't know, though. I'm only on the second book, so I might change my mind. We already have The Things We Water by Mariana Zapata. And then I have a couple of books on my Kindle. We're doing a reading vlog. We're doing the thing. We're doing a thing, and we're going to read for a couple of days, and they're going to be mostly indie books. The goal is not to finish as many books as possible in this reading vlog. It's just to get some indie stories under my belt. Figure out which ones I like, which ones I don't like, you know? It's like I'll hype them up, if that. I'm not hyping anybody up. I got like 600 followers on Instagram. She thought she ate with that one. Anyways, let's go fucking read. Let's go read. I gotta put the gremlin. I gotta get her PJs ready, put her to sleep, and then we're gonna read. And she's ready to go to sleep because she didn't take a nap today. And let me just tell you, I said it. I said take a nap. And she said, I don't wanna. And I said, but you're gonna be tired and you can't go to bed early. You have to go to bed at a normal time because you have to go to school tomorrow. I'm not tired. I don't need a nap. Guess who was asking if she could take a nap at 5:35? It wasn't me. It was not me. Do I look like I'm about to go milk a cow? Or like make butter from scratch? I'm not going to do either of those things, by the way. I ran out of my favorite leave-in conditioner, and I have a backup one, but I don't love it. Like, it's literally just for moments like this where I ran out of my favorite one. So what I've been doing for like a good 2-3 weeks now, I've been washing my hair and then just putting in that like backup leave-in conditioner and braiding it. I also just feel like my hair needed a break from like all the wash and goes and like it's just all the manipulation. I feel like it needed a break. So when I do these braids, they hold for like a good 2 days before I need to like take them out and redo them. And they're real basic. They're like extra basic. So, but my hair seems to be liking it. I don't know. It felt really nice the last few times I washed it. But anyways, reading update. Well, life update too. My daughter's sick. I picked her up from daycare. She was fine-ish. She seemed a little weird. We got home, and I was like, "You don't feel good, do you?" She's like, "No, I'm not good at all." But I don't know why I just growled at you guys. So I had to give her some medicine, and she fell asleep. I think it was like 7:30 when she fell asleep. Like I couldn't. I was trying to keep her up a little bit later so she doesn't wake up in the middle of the night, but it just was not. It wasn't working. She wasn't trying to pick up what I was putting down, and she went to sleep. And I'm gonna leave her because she don't feel good. But that probably means she'll have to stay home tomorrow. While she was falling asleep, I was sitting next to her. I started reading Some Kind of Forever, I think is the title. And it's a small town romance contemporary. And I think I really like it. I shouldn't say that. I'm like 6 chapters in, so I can't really say that I love it yet. But like I like the writing. It's okay. It's actually quite good. You know what I don't like? One of the characters, they just speak with like a lot of slang, but it sounds kind of like forced. Like if this person was real, they wouldn't use that much slang all the time. That's what it feels like. But it's a side character, so it's not taking away from like what's going on between the main characters. And I think I like it so far. I may or may not have gardened a little bit before doing this. So yeah, we're gonna see how this plays out. I think I can count on 2 fingers the number of times I have been on this camera. The camera's not down here, it's over there. After taking a gummy. So we're gonna see what happens. I Please don't let me say anything crazy. I could just edit it out. I could just edit it out. If I do say something crazy, it's fine. It's totally fine. And the shenanigans begin. I want you up here now. Oh God, I'm unwell. It's finally fucking Thursday, guys. Sorry. I feel like it was Monday for the last 4 days. It's finally Thursday. How do I turn this chair? Can you see her? She back there. She's sick. Not as sick as she was last night though. I really do feel like I'm getting bamboozled by my 3-year-old. Almost 4-year-old actually. She'll be 4 in April. That's crazy. Anyways, reading update really quick. I did read last night. I read to page, it's on my Kindle, I think, but I always mark it in the book too. I read to page 179 last night in the Things We Water. I'm going to continue to give it some time because it is such a big book. I feel like I should maybe give it to about 200 pages, maybe even like 250 to see what plays out. So far, though, I really feel like nothing has happened. Like, nothing has happened. We haven't gotten any, like, major character developments either. Like, it just feels so stagnant so far. And I, like, coming off of Runebreaker and Blood and Steel, which were kind of, like, a little bit more high action, epic fantasy romance. Well, especially Blood and Steel. That was definitely epic fantasy romance. Those just felt a little bit like there was more adrenaline going when I was reading. This very much is giving a cozy fantasy romance, mostly magical realism, super like paranormal, supernatural beings. That's what it's giving. It's giving cozy. I don't know if cozy's the thing that I wanted right now, to be honest.
So I'm going to keep going. We're going to give it to like, again, like 200, 250 and see what happens. I am in love. Oh, one of my stickers fell. What the heck? I hate when they fall in the back, but I'm not going to tape them. Anyways, I'm going to do it for my phone because it's easier. I feel like with your Kindle, it takes a while for the Kindle to like load, and I am about 10% into Some Kind of Forever by Lena James. Is that right? Yeah, Lena James. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I am really enjoying Some Kind of Forever so far. That first 10% was a lot of fun. We'll see what happens in the rest of it. I think today, I really hope the TV's not crazy loud when I go to edit this, but I think for today, what I'm going to focus on is trying to get a little bit further in the things we water, actually. So yeah, I don't know. We'll play it by ear. We'll see what happens, but bless you, baby. I'm definitely on the fence about one book and a little bit more excited about the other one. Mommy. Yes, baby. Happy freaking Monday. Happy Monday. I'm back to my House on the Prairie hairdo. I've got like a, what's it called? It's the Olaplex Bond thingy. I've got that in my hair sitting for a while because Mitch needs help. She's starting to feel a little weak lately. Anyways, just a quick reading update because I don't remember the last time I recorded, honestly, because this weekend was a little crazy between my daughter having an ear infection, and then the two of us are very aware of our limitations, our thresholds for each other. So we're definitely like right at threshold for how much we can tolerate the other one. So she is just itching to go to her grandmother's. I am itching to get a few days to myself where I can clean and it'll be quiet for a little bit, and I'm not working necessarily. So that will be coming. And if you judge parents for saying that they want to break, you're part of the problem. Just gonna say, you're part of the problem. It's okay to want to break from my kid. I still love her during that break. Anyways, I finished Some Kind of Forever. I don't know if I told you guys about it, but I ended up really enjoying it. I really want to read the next book. I don't even know what it's called. I know it's about Ashley and Hunter, and they're side characters. They're the best friends of the main couple in Some Kind of Forever, and I want their story so bad because the author was dropping hints and crumbs everywhere. I'm itching to find out what happened between the two of them in this first book and then what's going to happen to them in the second book, because I think there's a time lapse. Like the epilogue of this book, it felt like it was a few years later. So I'm hoping that Ashley and Hunter's book starts a few years later too, which I think it will. It sounded like a best friends to lovers. Or I don't know. I just really freaking want to read it. Anyways, it was really good. If you're looking for like a small town, like cutesy college romance, highly recommend. It does have a third act breakup though. There is a third act breakup, and that's not always my favorite thing. I like the way some authors do it, like Becca Mack and apparently Lena James, but that's not always the truth. So just beware of that if you go in. There is a little some in the third act. Now, I don't know if I updated you guys as far as the things we water. I'm still going to be reading it. I just am going to read it slow. It's giving cozy romantasy, if I'm being honest. It's not giving like high stakes or anything like that and like a lot of action. It's very much a love story or like a romantic story between two characters, and there's fantastical elements. So like I'm just going to read it so slow. I'm just going to savor it. I'm not going to rush through it because it's just not that kind of book. I feel like it's not that kind of book that you binge, personally, in my opinion. So yeah, we will keep reading it, but just a little bit slower so that I don't end up in a reading slump again. and then I picked up, and I'm about 40% of the way through. Like I made a big dent in it. Vows and Ruins. This is the second book in the Thesmar series. Legends of Thesmar, excuse me. Legends of Thesmar series. Stop combining letters, Ange. I'm struggling quite a bit, but I knew that that was going to happen to me before I went into it. I really appreciate all of the reviewers and book talkers, bookstagrammers, whatever, who talk about this series and are honest about the second book being so much spice over plot. It's kind of difficult. I think if I didn't have that forewarning, I would probably have DNF'd the series at this point, because I'm 40% of the way through and there's been at least like 3 or 4 spice scenes. And what's getting me, because I just skim spice. So if you put a whole bunch of them in there, I'm going to skim around them. What's driving me up a wall is that Wilder and Althea are saying XYZ, but then their behavior is directly contradicting what they just said. And it's literally driving me crazy. It's driving me up a wall, because I still have 60% of the book left. Like, are you guys going to keep doing this? Are you guys going to keep going back and forth about like wanting to be with each other, not wanting to be with each other, fucking each other, not fucking each other, hiding it, showing it off? I'm stressed. I'm a little stressed, but like I said, very grateful to all of the people that have talked about this series and have been forthcoming about what the second book is. It doesn't seem like it's everybody's favorite second book, so I'm just powering through it. I'm just going to get through it so that I can get to the third book. And thankfully, it seems like the next 2 books after this are like way more plot forward from like reviews and stuff I've heard. So I'm excited. I am excited still for the third book. I am enjoying the plot. I like the characters. It's just the romance in book 2 is kind of, it's giving me like a little bit of like whiplash. Like whiplash I never asked for and I didn't want, and you're just like, bitch. And yeah, but it's fine. Like nothing, that's the only issue I have with this book at this point. I do have to confess. However, I will say this, I will preface this, oh my God, preface this by saying, I am doing it for the well-being of my very good friend, Sam. I want to support her in all of her endeavors, and I want her to be set up for success. So I, of course, offered up a buddy read with her, and we are buddy reading Assassin's Apprentice. You would think I'm confessing to like the worst thing I've ever done. I did end up starting Assassin's Apprentice with Sam. It's a buddy read. It's not an indie book. I'm aware of that. However, it is a book that I've been really wanting to get to and just kind of like intimidated by. So when the 2 of us were talking about like, oh, like let's do a buddy read, maybe that'll help us finish a book. And I offered up that one. I actually was really excited about it and I'm enjoying it a lot. It is one of those books though I have to do with the audio, because like the way it's written and the way they're speaking takes me a while to like catch on to. But with the narrator, which I don't like the narrator's voice, but I think they do a really good job telling the story, like narrating the story. It's so much better with the narrator. Like it's 10 times better with the narrator. I can see why so many people like the audiobook. Anyway, so I am also reading Assassin's Apprentice and I'm really enjoying it. I'm only 2 chapters in though, because those chapters are like an hour long each. So I'm going to be bopping between Vows and Ruins and Assassin's Apprentice. This vlog will probably end when I finish Vows and Ruins though. I want to finish it. I want to give you my thoughts on it before we continue into the third book. But that's probably when I'll end it, because at this point I think it's been like a week and a half and I haven't finished this vlog. Look, guys, in my defense, life has been lifing. Life has been lifing, and my single mom superhero-ness has been tested over the last like 6-7 weeks. I'm like, I am tried and true over here. Bitch is tired. Okay. Get it together. I haven't had breakfast yet. I'm waiting for my chia seed pudding to like mix and intermingle with the raspberries and the mango that I put in it, because I don't like it when they're like separate when I go to eat them. I want them to like kind of all come together. But then there's other things I eat where if they fucking touch, I won't be able to eat it anymore. I don't know. I also don't know why I fucking told you that. I don't think that on any plane of existence you cared about whether or not I like when my food touches. So I'm really sorry about that. I will see you in just a little bit. I'm gonna just go gather my thoughts and get my shit together real quick.
we have come to the end of this reading vlog. I did manage to finish Vows and Ruins. It's the second book in the Legends of Thesmar series, and I finished it. That's all I can say, is that I finished it. I think that the amount of spice that goes on in this book is too much. It's so much that it almost overshadows the plot, but thankfully, for me at least, it didn't quite overshadow it. So I was able to enjoy what was going on as far as the plot progression and some of the politics that were occurring. But yeah, I would say I, first of all, am really glad that I was aware of the second book spice level before I picked it up, because I think if I hadn't known that going in and I had just picked it up blind, I probably would have DNF'd the series, and I'm really glad that I'm not, because there is so much going on with the plot and the magic and what's going on with Thea and her sister, and I'm really, really, really intrigued. I really genuinely want to know how this is all going to wrap up and how it's going to be handled. So I'm glad that I did it. But yeah, not my favorite book so far in the series. I think it'll probably end up being my least favorite, depending on how the next two books go. But we finished some books. We had to DNF Things We Water because it just is like a little too cozy for me right now. It's not what I'm looking for. But we did some reading in this vlog. It wasn't a lot, but I told you guys at the beginning of the year, I'm really trying to be more intentional when I read. I'm trying to slow down and immerse myself and savor the stories. So I'm okay. At this point, I'm okay with only finishing like a book a week these days. It's good for me. The good thing is I recall so much of what happened in the first two books of this series, and I'm recalling so much of what happened in a lot of the books that I'm reading right now. I like that. I like the fact that I can speak to them so much better than I was able to end of last year. So, but yeah, that's the end of this reading vlog. Thank you for spending a couple of days with me. Just trying to ease back into all of this after the month of February. And thank you guys so much for watching and for supporting and for sticking it out. I know I was gone for a little bit. I'm glad to be back, and as always, thank you so much for watching the video, and happy reading.